Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, so what we're going to do this morning is we're going to do a strength-based circuit. We're going to take the exercises from last week's workout, which we were working in pairs and supersets, and we're going to put them together into a whole body strength circuit, concentrating first on the upper body, then doing some high intensity work, then moving on to the legs, the lower body, and again finishing with some high intensity whole body work. It's a very simple structure. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exercises, 45 seconds per exercise. What you will need, you may need a chair, and I've got a band. If you've got a band, brilliant, or a belt or a towel, something about this size. We're going to need that as well before we start. Okay, so I'll take you through the exercises and explain what the workout is today and how it's going to work. First exercise, nice and simple, and that's push-ups. So in this position here, down on the floor, either on your toes or on your knees, whichever works best for you. Chest to the floor, up or there, chest to the floor, up. We're going to do that for 45 seconds. If you've got a chair handy, you can also modify it this way so you can elevate the upper body as well. 45 seconds on the push-up there. The pacing that we're going to be working with today is very steady, very deliberate. 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. Nothing hard and fast until we get to the high intensity exercises. Second exercise, flipping that over this time on to our backs, and we're doing the elbow roll, which we did last week. So at this position here, lovely straight strong position, drive the elbows into the ground and come back up. You can either hinge from here, the hips, so you're only sort of rolling with half the body, or you can do it from the heels, which makes it quite a lot harder. Up, like that, and down. Up, and down like that. So choose your option. What I'm probably going to do is mix and match a little bit. Try and just really get the effort level going up with a couple of full length ones, before moving into some half body ones to really sort of keep the work going for the full 45. Then what we're going to do, another push exercise, but this time taking it into the shoulders, a vertical push-pull, and we're going to work with a pike press. Now, you can do this on the floor. So here, get the hips up nice and high, and you're just taking it down, pushing up, down, and pushing up. Now, I might elevate mine on my sturdy chair in this position here, and just down and up. What you're aiming for is not quite a handstand, obviously, that's quite a challenging one, but doing it from that position there. What you can do as well, if you find it tough to do a pike press on your toes, you can also even do it on your knees. The key is to try and get that shoulder, tucking the chin in and working through the shoulder. So there's some 3 options there, depending on how you want to do your pike press. Then once you've done your pike press, last exercise for the upper body, vertical pull. Take your towel, your belt, or your stretchy band, like I have here. Lay down on the floor. Try and get the knees off the ground so the whole body's kind of elevated in this position. And then really squeeze, pull the band apart and draw it down. Imagine you're doing a pull-up and pull it down, draw it down like this. Really try and pull it apart and feel the muscles of the upper back engage as you draw your towel down towards your chest. Really create that tension. Make sure that the towel, belt or band is pulled tight for the entirety of the 45 seconds. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get up onto our hands and we're going to kick up the intensity level for 45 into a mountain climber and just drive hard and fast for 45. Then we switch to the second half of the workout, and the second half of the workout is all about legs. So you're going to need somewhere to sort of balance yourself, because it's a lot of one-legged work today. And then what we're going to do is a single leg deadlift into a squat. So tipping it over, lovely flat back as you do, then come up and sit yourself down into your squat. Don't feel like you have to go all the way down. Tip it over. If you can, brilliant, but if you can't, don't worry. Down and up. The key with this one, because it is quite a challenging move, is to make sure that you're pushing through the heel and engaging the glutes. What you don't want to feel on that single leg squat, especially, is any discomfort through the knee. So push through the heel. Your toes should feel quite light. And then as you hinge over, take the hips back so you feel the hamstrings lengthen. Come up, stand, squeeze, sit the hips down. What you might notice, I know I will, as you warm up, you're going to get a little bit deeper with your single leg squat. but it's slow. There's no speed to this movement. Take your time, work well. Okay, then once you've done that, we're going to do a split squat. Now, a couple of options for you here. You can either do it with both feet on the floor and just bending at 90 degrees, up, down, or, and I'm probably going to do this one, is a Bulgarian split squat. I'm not sure why it's called Bulgarian split squat, maybe because it came from Bulgaria. In this position here, standing up nice and tall and taking it down. I prefer to get my toes going backwards on this one, it's a little bit more comfortable. Down and up. And again, the key is to make sure that you're pushing through the heel, feeling the glutes engage. Again, 45 seconds left, 45 seconds right, then a big finish, whole body, high intensity, burpees to finish, out, back, jump. 45 seconds, then a minute's rest, and we are going to do 4 rounds. Okay, so I'm going to pull my timer up. Give me a minute. There it is. And we'll get started. So we're going to start with a push-up, nice and simple, nice and strict, on the floor. Are you ready? Off we go. Down we go. Into position and push up. Take the chest to the floor and push up. Nice and smooth, really strict, controlled movement. Keep the elbows close into the body, really work on your technique on this one. Not long left. So we're not banging out the reps, this is all about strict, controlled movement. Five seconds, and we're flipping over onto our backs and move into the elbow row. Over you go. Into this position. I think there are a couple of full body ones in. Hold and down. Another full body. And down, and then I'm going to go from the hips. It's not a massive range of movement, this exercise. Certainly not as if you were doing a full body row under a bar where you're pulling it from there. But really focus, because it helps you develop the strength in the sort of top end of the row movement. And that's an area of the range of movement that we sort of neglect and forget about. And actually it's the most important. It's where the back starts to engage and you're building that back strength. So it's a great exercise. All right, flip it over. Pike press now. This position, this time a vertical position. Take it down. Push it up. So you're taking that movement into the shoulders. Down and up. Down and up. Of course, modifications, you can do this on the floor, or you can do it even on your knees on the floor. Whichever you're most comfortable with. That's the key here. So keep your elbows tight in, don't let them fall out to the side. Quite a challenge, this one. Down onto the floor. Now into the vertical pull. Create that tension in the band and pull it to the chest. Pull it to the chest. Keep that going. And after this, we're getting on our hands. We're doing some mountain climbers, high intensity work for the next 45. So really think. The biceps aren't really coming into play much on this. Try and create that tension in the arm if you can. But the back is still really very nicely engaged, even though you're not pulling a bar or shifting any big weights. Okay, up into your hands. Mountain climbers, off you go. Nice, solid rhythm. Keep the hips low, keep the body flat. Push the shoulders forward. Drive it. seconds. 3, 2, 1. Up on your feet. Shake out the shoulders, moving in. Now to the lower body. Bend it over. Come back, squeeze the glutes. Sit it down. Don't feel like you have to go too low. Only as low as you're comfortable. Squeeze it as you stand. Sit the hips down. That's it. I'm getting a little warmer now. Fold it over, hinging from the hips, back as flat as you can. Change sides. Same thing on the other side. Over and squat. So again, only go as far as you're comfortable. Not so good on my left. That's it. Starting to warm up, starting to take shape. Push through the heel. That's the key on this. You don't want to feel anything in the knee. So the glutes. Okay, change it over now into a split squat. You can do this on the floor, or you can do it with an elevated back leg in the Bulgarian fashion. It's entirely up to you. And again, make sure you push through the heel on this. It's a nice whole body strength circuit, this one, with just that little bit of kick in the hip work, in the big whole body moves in the middle and the end. Change legs, same thing, other side. Nice and smooth. Again, you're doing most of the work with the front leg. Get a lovely stretch on the back leg, mind. And then after this, we're going to move into higher intensity movement. Going to move into burpees. You might feel it on the squat jump down into the burpee through the legs on this one. All right, up you go, off you go. Oh yeah. Keep it going, third of the way through the set. $15. 10. 5, here come the beats. And take a breather. Okay, we've got a minute's rest. Take it nice and easy. And then we're going to go again. All right, so 1 down, 3 to go. So we do 4 rounds in total. Woo! Just going to unplug my heater. Warming up quite nicely now. Okay, so starting back on the floor in just over 30 seconds time with push-ups. And again, for the vast majority of this work, it's all at a slow, steady, very deliberate pace. And then, like I said, those little kick-ups in intensity midway through and at the end. All right, so you've got 10 seconds. Let's get down onto the floor. Starting with push-ups in 5, 3, 2, 1, off you go. Slow, steady. So the thing to try and do with the push-ups. It's not just to rest at the top of your push-up, keep moving for the whole 45. So touch at the bottom, little touch on the lockup at the top, but don't stay there for too long. Straight arms and then straight back down. Keep moving, think of it as a circular movement. Flow, fluidity, nice and smooth. So the muscles are always engaged throughout the whole thing. Okay, we're going to flip over onto our backs now, move into the elbow rows, and take it to the floor. Elbow rows next. I'm going to get a couple of full body ones in. Whew. Whew. And again. Whew. And then move to hinging from the hips. Push, back, push, back. Keep it going. Keep it going, keep moving, keep working. Going to move into the pike press next. Up the chest, flip it over. You can either elevate your feet, put your feet on the floor, or do this on your knees. It's quite a vertical movement, very different to a push-up. Taking that effort primarily to the front of the shoulders really, and maybe the middle of it. Certainly not so much about the back, that's the next exercise. That's good, keep it going. Down, and up. Down onto the floor. Grab your belt or your towel and pull down. Try and get your knees off the floor as well, so you're holding that kind of Superman position as you're doing this. Really engage throughout. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Really extend at the top as well, and then pull apart as you pull down. Okay, mountain climbers next. Up onto your hands, drive your knees. Going. Try and resist the urge for the shoulders to slide back. Keep pushing them forward. Keep working. Keep moving. Okay, up onto your feet. Deadlift into single leg squat now. Stick the leg out, hinge it over, sit it down. Might take you a couple of goes to warm into it. Hinge it over, sit it down. The better you get at this, the less you need to rely on something to steady yourself. I'm a bit rusty with my pistol squat, so I'm just going to hold on. I don't want to fall over on camera. Change over, same thing other side. Hinge it over, lovely flat back, and sit it down. Hinge it over, feel that hamstring lengthen, and sit it down. Over, down, good. Keep it going, guys. Over. And down, pushing into the heel. Okay, Bulgarian split squat or regular split squat next. Just adjust. If you're doing it on the chair like me, sometimes just a little bit of adjustment needed before you can start your set. Make sure you get the distance right. Pushing through the heels. There's a little swing back if you're doing this on a chair. You notice getting that nice stretch through the quad of the back leg. Pushing through here. That's absolutely key here. Is just make sure this glute is engaged before you start to come out of the movement. Swap it around. Same thing. Other side. Whoops. And over we go. Pushing through the heel. Sit down into it. Push up. Core nice and tight. Feel this lengthen. And push through the heel as you stand. 20 seconds. Keep going. Keep working. Okay, let's finish this round with some burpees. Off you go. Do feel it, so perhaps these aren't going to be as wonderfully hard and fast as the burpees you normally do, just because you've done that work with the legs. But try and build that intensity. Try keep your eyes forward. When you look down at your feet, that's when the back tends to round off. Just keep your eyes slightly out front, above the hands at least, and then the hips can stay low. You don't really need to look where your hands are going. The floor's always going to be there. And rest. Good job. 2 down, 2 to go. Get your breath back. Allow yourself to recover. So a little bit higher intensity work there. Just get the heart rate up. Whew. And then we're back to the slower, lower intensity work. Start round 3 with the push-ups. So, still got 30 seconds. So really think about what you're doing with each of these exercises, the rhythm that you're moving at. Try not to snatch at things. Try not to bang out reps at speed. It's slow. It's very, very deliberate. Apart from the mountain climbers and burpees, where we're driving that pace. Okay, let's get into round 3. Down on the floor, into the push-up. Off you go. This kind of pace is nice for strength. Just slow it right down. It's about time under tension. Keep going. We're over halfway now. Less than 15, coming up onto 10. I'm going to flip over onto our back, do some elbow rows next. Okay, over you go. Elbow row. Okay, I'm going to do some full body. Let's get a third one in. That really hits the back hard enough then, so the rest of the set is pretty challenging. When you open out the chest as you do this, Okay, into the pike press next. Up, onto your toes, push the hips up high. Either put them on the chair or the floor, or go off your knees. But tuck the chin in under for this one. Kind of exact opposite of what I was saying about the burpees earlier. Eye line. It's very, very closely connected to your body position. So if you look down, your body will generally follow it. If you look up, your body will generally follow it. So if you're pressing overhead and you're looking up at the weight you're pressing, your back will tend to arch. So it's always work with the position of your eyes where you want to put your body. In this case, you want to keep the hips high, so just tuck the chin down a little bit. Okay, down on the floor, grab your belt to your towel, and knees off the ground, and pull down. Keep it going. Reach out, extend, pull it apart as you pull it down. Okay, after that, mountain climbers next. 45 seconds of this, and then we're into the leg work. Working, keep driving again, eye line. Just the same, as soon as I start to look down, you notice my hips and shoulders start to go back. So keep your eyes focused up front. Okay, on your feet now. Whew. Out you go. Hinge it over. Try and stay as balanced as you can. And sit it down. Whew. Point the toe of this foot down to the ground. Try not to be tempted to turn that foot out, because that will sort of throw your weight to the side a little bit and throw you off balance as you hinge over. Okay, swap legs. Hinging over. That's it, nice and smooth. Set the hips down. As you come up, push through the heel. That's nice, nearly there. Really slow now, feel that stretch. Come up. Okay, Bulgarian split squat or regular split squat next. Find your position. Off you go. Okay, halfway through, keep it going, keep it smooth. Always remember, go back a little bit, feel this work, feel this work. Push through the heel as you stand. If you're doing it on the floor, there's a slightly different mechanic to this. Doesn't feel quite the same as the elevated back foot. Change it over, whoops, and back down into it. You don't get that little swing back as you do when the foot's on the chair. through now. That's it. Okay, burpees coming up in 5 seconds. Keep your focus. 2, 1. Down on the floor, burpee time. Off you go. Again, remember, the eye line just above the hands. Don't look down at your feet. They're not going anywhere. Halfway through. Ten. Take a rest. Okay, 3 down, 1 more to go. Get your breath back and let's get going in a minute's time. Whew. Good work, everyone. Very last time. Now you're going to do each one of these moves. So really focus, on moving well with a lovely range of movement. As much control as you can on each of these. Take it slow, take it steady. Be in absolute control of your body through each phase of the move. All right, we've got 15 seconds and then we're going to get cracking. Starting with the push-ups. Get ready in 10, get down onto the floor. Get ready in 5, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. 45 seconds of lovely, steady, strict push-ups. Try and connect your breathing to your movement. It's a bit tricky to me because I'm talking all the time. And as you push, squeeze the belly button. Keep it going. Change it over. Okay. Let's do a full body squeeze. Oh, feeling that now. Let's do another one. And then go back from the hips. Keep going, keep moving, keep working. Okay, moving to Pike Press next. Change it over, either with elevating your knees nice and high, or there, nice and high, or up there. Off you go. Make sure your chair's quite stable if you're elevating up here. You don't want to fall over. Again, control is everything. Take your time with it. Pull the core in tight. Make sure the shoulders are pushed forward. So you're hitting the shoulder with the movement. Not so much the chest. It's not far off a handstand, this. So you've really got to pull the core in tight. Time for one more. Okay. Grab your belt or towel. Into the pull down now. Again, work in the back. Creating that tension. So really strengthens the back of the body very nicely, this. As you're pulling everything apart as you pull it down. It's really very effective not bring the biceps into it quite so much, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. It's the back we're looking to strengthen here, and for that this is very effective. Okay, mountain climbs next. Nice, solid, steady movement. Keeping the knees quite low, keeping the eyes about 4 to 6 inches above the thumbs, keeping the hips below the shoulders. Keep going, guys. Nearly there. 5. And on your feet. Single leg deadlift next. Stand up nice and tall. Woo. Hinge forward. Bring it back. Sit it down. Push through the heel. Hinge over. Bring it back. Stand up nice and tall. Take it down. Push through the heel. Over. Back. And down. Push through the heel. Swap legs. Hinge it over. Take it back. Sit it down. Push through the heel. Take it over. Try and point your toe down if you can. Bring it back. Sit it down. Over. Back. Down. Push through the heel. Keep going. Time for one more. Or one more deadlift at least. Okay. Next thing we do now, split squat. Find your position. Get comfy. And just hinge. Or rather, sit this down. It's a nice little hinge action here. But hinge probably isn't the right term. Sit back onto the heel. Take your time, be as upright as you can. If you get a bit more confident, place your hands on your head. Time will tell if this is misplaced confidence. It's always handy to have something close by if you do need to steady yourself on this. But pull the core in, keep the body as upright as you can. Change sides, step back, move on. Next one. That's it. Keep it going. Nearly there now. Just one more set of burpees and we're done. Take your time. 10 seconds left on this. Up you come, let's burpee it out and finish. Really focus on your eye line. To go. 5. All right. Well done, everyone. Take a breather. Get your breath back. That's us done. Really good work. Make sure you get stretched out. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.